I think everybody deserves to be in a happy place. I feel that everybody should be able to speak their truth, no matter what that is. Be happy, and that's where I'm going to be. That's where I'm going to be. I'm going to get this off my chest, really. And that's it.
As Melody opened up during her emotional live stream, one thing became clear: this wasn't just a moment of weakness. It was a moment of strength. Her tears weren't a sign that she was giving up. They were proof that even the strongest people have limits. And sometimes, sharing your truth is the bravest thing you can do. She didn't go live to get attention. She wasn't looking for sympathy or trying to stir up drama. She was simply tired of pretending everything was fine. Melody wanted to let people see the real her, the woman who's hurting, overwhelmed, and trying to hold it all together while life keeps throwing curveballs. What hit hardest was how much she's been carrying alone. Being a mother of 4 is already a full-time job. Add in the stress of court battles, co-parenting struggles, business responsibilities, and health problems. It's enough to break anyone. And yet, she still shows up. For her kids. For her supporters. For herself. When Melody said, "Sometimes the hardest thing is doing the right thing when the other person doesn't deserve it, but I do it because my kids deserve better," it was a powerful reminder. That's what real love looks like: putting your children first even when it costs you everything. That's what growth looks like: choosing peace over revenge.
The duration of our lives, put some respect on it, because everything that you got now, you would not have touched anything if it would not have been us being friends to you and your family. That's why I don't like fake people.
That's what healing looks like: being honest about your pain, even when it's uncomfortable. She reminded everyone watching that vulnerability is not a weakness. It takes courage to admit you're struggling. It takes strength to say, "I'm not okay." And for so many women, especially single mothers, survivors, and those fighting silent battles, Melody's message hit home. She gave them permission to stop pretending, to stop carrying everything alone, and to give themselves grace. Even in her pain, Melody showed up with purpose. She said, "I push through because of my babies and because I know someone out there needs to see that it's possible to stand back up." That line gave hope to people who might be in a dark place themselves. She turned her heartbreak into light.
I was like, this is crazy. Like, people are really offering you money to come on this show and lie. So at that point, I was like, forget it. It's a lie. Like, now I don't believe anything.
That's something not everyone can do. Since that live, fans have been asking, what's next for Melody? Is she stepping away from the spotlight to protect her peace? Is she finally creating space to rest, to heal, and to figure out what truly matters? Or is this the beginning of something new, maybe a project centered around mental health, motherhood, and real-life struggles? Some think this could be a major turning point. Maybe she's finally drawing the line and saying no to things and people who drain her. Maybe she's setting boundaries that allow her to prioritize her health and happiness. That doesn't mean she's giving up, it means she's growing up, evolving, and realizing that peace is priceless. Others believe this might be the start of a new kind of relationship between her and Martell. Not a romantic reunion, but a more mature, stable co-parenting dynamic. After all, bringing the kids to visit him in the hospital wasn't something she had to do, it was something she chose to do.
But it was a local guy, we moved around in 2001, my freshman year of college. I didn't know Martell. This was way before my marriage. We're talking about something that happened 23 years ago. And then for him to say, "Oh, I saw it," I'm like, really? Because the word around town in Huntsville was that Martell liked boys who was in college. So he didn't see anything. And if he did see something, he was sneaking in the room, or a hidden tape was somewhere, because he didn't see anything.
That decision came from a place of compassion, not chaos. It's possible that the visit to the hospital brought up a lot of emotions. Seeing someone you've been through so much with in a vulnerable state, especially when that person is the father of your children, can stir up memories, regrets, and old wounds. Maybe that visit made her think deeply about life, forgiveness, and what kind of future she wants for her kids. But it's also possible that the live wasn't about Martell at all. Maybe the real issue is her own health. Maybe she's been battling something serious behind the scenes and finally reached a point where she couldn't hide it anymore. If that's the case, her strength is even more admirable. Because while most people would shut the world out, Melody chose to let people in. No matter what the exact reason is, one thing is certain: Melody is in a season of transformation. And just like every strong woman who's ever had to rebuild her life, she's doing it with grace, honesty, and resilience. This chapter might be painful, but it's also powerful. It's raw, it's real, and it's necessary. Because sometimes the only way to heal is to break down. Sometimes you have to fall apart before you can come back stronger. The truth is, we don't know exactly what Melody's next steps will be. She might take a break from the cameras. She might launch something new. Or she might surprise everyone and return even more fearless, focused, and full of purpose. What we do know is that she's not alone. Her fans are standing with her. People are praying for her, rooting for her, and sending her love. Not because she's perfect, but because she's real. And in a world where so many people hide their struggles, Melody chose to share hers.
But based on behavior that we've seen on the show, for me, it's sort of a telltale sign, very much like when we were talking about Real Housewives of Potomac and what TJ was doing to Stacey. It's a telltale sign, some of the things that we are seeing on camera, that it might be much worse off camera. But Martell has shown some really disturbing behavior over past seasons. Again, if you haven't watched the show, you probably don't understand what we're talking about, but there have been signs of just abusive behavior. I remember at one point I went on a rant like, why are we allowing someone that's being abused to be filming with her abuser? I remember saying that a couple of years ago.
That's why this moment matters. That's why it hit so many people so deeply. Because we've all had moments like that. We've all had days where we couldn't fake a smile. We've all felt like we were drowning while everyone else expected us to be strong. And watching Melody speak her truth gave us all permission to be a little more honest with ourselves. So whether she's stepping back or stepping into something new, one thing is for sure: this isn't the end of Melody's story. It's just a new beginning. One that's rooted in truth, growth, and the kind of strength that can't be faked. Now we want to hear from you. What do you think is really going on with Melody? Do you think this is a sign she's entering a brand new era, or just another bump in the road? Are you hoping to see her take a break, or come back stronger than ever? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, we're reading all of them. And if you want more real, raw, and honest updates about Melody and the rest of the Love and Marriage, Huntsville cast, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a moment. As Melody poured her heart out during that emotional live stream, one thing was clear: this wasn't just a random breakdown. It was a woman reaching her limit. And honestly, many of us could feel that moment deep in our own hearts. She wasn't pretending. She wasn't putting on a show. She was finally being real, raw, and unfiltered. Her tears weren't just from pain. They were from exhaustion. From carrying too much for too long. From always having to be the strong one for her kids, her business, her image, and never getting a break. And while Melody is known for her strength, even the strongest people eventually need a moment to breathe. To cry. To say, "I'm not okay." What really made this moment stand out was her honesty. She admitted she's been going through a serious health scare, something she kept private because she didn't want to worry anyone. But now, she can't hide it anymore. The weight of trying to keep everything together has finally taken a toll. Between doctor visits, exhaustion, and the fear of not being there for her kids, Melody is clearly in a battle most people didn't even know she was fighting. The pain in her voice, the way she paused to wipe her tears, and the way she admitted she didn't want to come on camera and cry that made it real. She wasn't looking for pity. She was just being human. And for once, she let the world see that even someone as strong as her has a breaking point. And just days before all this, we saw Melody at the hospital with Martell. That visit confused a lot of people. We know their history is messy, but seeing her show up for him, bringing the kids, and sitting with him during what seems like a serious health issue? That added a whole new layer to everything. Some fans believe seeing Martell in that vulnerable state may have triggered old feelings, not necessarily romantic ones, but emotional ones. After all, they share 4 kids. They've been through a lot. And no matter how rocky things have been, moments like these remind us that deep down, there's still a connection. Others think maybe her emotional state isn't even about Martell, that she might be the one facing something serious, and she's been trying to stay strong in silence for far too long. Whatever the truth is, one thing is for sure: Melody is in a season of change. Whether it's a health issue, emotional burnout, or just life hitting too hard, this feels like a turning point for her. Maybe she's learning to let go of what no longer serves her. Maybe she's finally choosing herself. And maybe, just maybe, this is the start of a new chapter. She's not quitting. She's not giving up. She's resetting. She's choosing peace. And for all the women out there watching, especially the ones who've had to be strong when they wanted to fall apart, Melody's message was loud and clear: it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to cry. And it's okay to put yourself first. So now the question is, what's next for Melody? Is she stepping back from the spotlight? Is she healing quietly behind the scenes? Or is she preparing for something bigger, something deeper, something more true to who she is today? Whatever happens next, we'll be watching. Because now more than ever, people are rooting for her, not just as a TV personality, but as a woman, a mother, and a fighter. Let us know what you think in the comments. Is Melody turning the page? Or is this just another storm she's weathering on her way to something better? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real updates. Thanks for watching. So now the question is, what's next for Melody? Is she stepping back from the spotlight? Is she healing quietly behind the scenes? Or is she preparing for something bigger, something deeper, something more true to who she is today? Whatever happens next, we'll be watching. Because now more than ever, people are rooting for her, not just as a TV personality, but as a woman, a mother, and a fighter. Let us know what you think in the comments. Is Melody turning the page? Or is this just another storm she's weathering on her way to something better? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real updates. Thanks for watching.